I'm installing this USB panel mount onto the back of the van with a switch, so that I know when the USB is switched on. I've got a little green light on there. I've made up a wire harness that will go down to the battery, which is over here, and I'll install a 10 amp fuse. That should suffice. I'll show you the holes. I've drilled two 30mm holes in the back panel of the vehicle, one at the top. I mean, this is quite a wide mount, so that'll be 30mm, and I put one down at the bottom here. I'll tell you what the piece of string for in a minute, and that's the 30mm, so I could access the wires when I put them in or out, and then I'll put a plug in that. The blue string I fed through so that I can pull the wire up through the inside. Now the switch will mount below, but the only problem I might have is being able to put the this thread onto the nut onto the thread of the switch mount. So I've got a little board that I can mount the switch on if I need to, but I'll drill that a 14mm hole in there and then mount that. So there we go. So this is what it looks like with the switch mounted, but if I can't access the back of the switch easily whilst I'm putting the wires in, I shall use, excuse the wobbling, I don't have a GoPro fancy thing, I'll use this mount that I made out of aluminium, paint that black, and put that switch onto that mount, and I'll be able to get the wiring sorted out, fasten the switch and then screw that on. Right, feeding the wiring in tied onto the string. You may wonder why I've got a looper string. If the wire pulls out of the string, I've still got a good bit of string in there ready to do the next attempt. The wire's coming up. I've got the knots of the string, and I hope there's the wire. The wire is nicely out at the top. Job done. Now the wiring. I'll put in the connectors on anyway. Yep, all wired up. Power, earth, and then that's the load that comes to here, and that earth connects to there. So I've set it up, just did a quick check, everything works fine, and I'm just going to screw that in, get this this painted black. Job's done. Right, just a couple of finishing touches here. I've put a piece of insulating tape onto the main wire so that the weight of the wires is not hanging off the terminals. Now these are just the normal spade terminals that are made up with the wire harness. I'll do the same at the bottom before I put the plug in at the bottom, and then I'll tidy the wire at the bottom with probably use some Velcro to keep it hidden in the corner. So the wire's kept neatly in the corner there with a bit of Velcro, and connection up to the battery. So there's the USB with a switch. Turn it on, lights on, USB works.